afternoon. I'm Punigesi Jaykumar here to host the Independent News. Today, hot news of nation is about Malaysia strongly urge all parties in the Russia-Ukraine conflict to de-escalate hostilities. Malaysia urged all parties to urgently calm down to prevent further loss of innocent lives and casualties in the Russia-Ukraine conflict and to prevent the escalation of conflict threatening to turn into a humanitarian situation. Wisma Putra, in a statement on Saturday, March 5th, called for immediate, secure and unrestricted humanitarian access, including conflict boundaries, to ensure that all of those in need of humanitarian assistance reach out, especially in vulnerable situations. Malaysia calls on all parties to exercise restraint, to continue the dialogue, and to immediately explore all possible ways to resolve the dispute peacefully, he said. This must be done by UN Charter and international law, including respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the state. The Foreign Ministry said in a statement, as a member of a Human Rights Council, Malaysia had earlier voted in favor of convening an emergency debate on the human rights situation in Ukraine arising from the Russian occupation. During the 49th session of the Human Rights Council, which began last Thursday, March 3. Malaysia, along with 28 other council members, voted with 32 firm vote to against 13 did not vote. The report said that Malaysia would continue to play an objective and impartial role in an effort to foster dialogue and reconciliation. To this end, Malaysia is ready to work with all parties toward a peaceful and harmonious solution to the conflict.
Good evening. My name is Shantiran Anak Laki Nadraja Urian, bringing you sport news. Badminton Asia Team Championship 2032 is being held in Setia City Convention, Shah Alam, Selangor, Malaysia, from 15 February to 20 February 2022. Our Malaysia team did send both women and men teams for this championship. Our women team began their journey in Group A alongside India and also defending champion Japan. First match, we up against India and we managed to beat them 3-2. And in our second match against the defending champion, surprisingly, we managed to beat them 3-2 also. And we qualify for the semi-final as a group champion. In semi-final, we up against another powerhouse, which is South Korea, and we were defeated by them 3-0, unfortunately, but we managed to win bronze medal. Meanwhile, for our men's group, it is a different story. Malaysia in Group B, alongside Singapore, Kazakhstan, and also defending champion Japan men's team. Our first game against Singapore, we managed to beat them 5-0 and continue their victory journey. We managed to beat Kazakhstan 5-0 too. And in our final game, we up against the defending champion. We have a tough fight, but we managed to defeat them 3-2 and we advanced to semi-final as a group champion. In semi-final, we up against South Korea, but we managed to defeat them 3-0 without much difficulty. And we advanced to final and we up against the rank 1 of this tournament, which is Indonesia team. Indonesia have a very tough team, but we managed to defeat them 3-0 and we win the championship for the first time in our history. That's all from me, bringing you to my fellow reporter Aiman Hakimi.
Thank you, Shantiran. Hi, with me today, Aiman Hakimi for Lifestyle News is about the unsung hero of Kuala Lumpur, that was Abdullah Hukum. Abdullah Hukum was one such person. He was one of the pioneers involved in the development of Kuala Lumpur in the 1880s. He was also responsible for opening up areas such as Pudu, Bukit Bintang and Sungai Putih. which is now known as Bangsa. He was honoured by the Sultan of Selangor, Sultan Abdul Samad, with the title of Tok Dagang di Anjur. Abdullah Hukum or Muhammad Rukun from Sumatra was of Kerinci descent. He came to Malaysia with his father in 1850 when he was only 50 and lived in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor until his death. He died at the age 108 in 1943, leaving behind 8 children and is remembered for his service to the community today. Many structures and village, mosques and LRT stations in Bangsa are named after him. That's all from me. Thank you. Let's continue for Business News by Ashraf Wafi.
Thank you for the Aiman Hakimi. The perception of starting a business requiring financial capital may no longer be relevant at this time because many stories of successful entrepreneurs without capital. The founder of the water brand known as Azri Awal Nolden, or more synonym with the nickname Azri Water, has proved himself started without capital. He now not only operates 20 water barbershop brands around Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, Pahang and Penang, he also produces pomade products that have already started fogging a name almost 2 years ago. What's more, the idea of producing his own pomade is worthwhile because apart from earning sales of RM 1 million in 6 months, Azri also opened a barbershop with a modern concept for young people. Azri said the challenge of running a business was not something that could be avoided and he saw it with an open and positive heart, even though at first many laughed at him for being involved in the business world. Now, the water brand is further developed in the food and beverage industry and made it one of the most successful young entrepreneurs. I ate with the saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Reporting from Shah Alam, I am Muhammad Sharafi bin Jalil from Independent News. I pass to the next presenter.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. Nur Farisha Najwa here, your host on Independent News program. Today we're going to talk about current issue, which is Higher Education Ministry. Malaysian students who were affected by the recent floods in Queensland, Australia are safe and have been moved to relief centres. The students were evacuated with the support of local authorities, other Malaysian students and Malaysian nationals with permanent resident (PR) status living in Queensland, according to a statement released by the Higher Education Ministry (MOHE) on Wednesday in 1st March. It further stated that the students' evacuation and welfare needs were made in collaboration with other agencies including the MARA office in Australia, the New Zealand Education and Training Office and the Malaysia High Commissioner's Office in Canberra. The MOHE is in constant contact with the EMA and the Office of the Malaysian High Commissioner in Canberra, according to the statement, to get the most up-to-date information on the current situation and actions to be taken. So, that's all from me.